Alright, Shalom, Shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there spreading this truth like wildfire in all truth and in all sincerity. And Shalom to the real sisters out there. Shalom to all the rest of the elect. Shalom to all y'all, man. Alright, this live, yeah, this live is about the weapons of our warfare, and how they ain't carnal, but they're spiritual to the pulling down of strongholds. And I was thinking about how, like, yo, man, it just came to mind. Like, I was thinking about how like we we blood brothers, basically. Like, that blood like that so-called blood that I don't want to fix that. That gang, that carnal gang that's in the world, right? It's called the Bloods, right? And how their original like fucking, like, the word, your name is a fucking acronym, and how it's brotherly love overriding our depression, right? Well, when you look at it, the elect, the actual elect, right? The elect is, the elect, they're like that, but, not on, of course, not on no carnal shit, it's spiritual, brotherly love, the elect, the love that the elect will have for each other, will will override our depression, because we're gonna get, like, through the power of Yahweh Shem Shai, man, through the power of Yahweh Shem Shai, because love is the fulfillment of the law, right? So what the law tells you to do, that's love, so that's our people, the elect of our people that's going to be saved, getting right, Romans 13:10, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. He's talking about your fellow Israelite. And really, the elect is, the elect is the Israel of the Most High Yahweh, man. The elect is not, the elect is really, when you look at the whole scheme of things, you have just the carnal seed of Jacob. That's the 2/3, man. Then they choose that carnal, they chase that carnal blessing of Esau, which is inferior. And you have the elect, the 1/3, who I would say are actually Israelites on the side, man. The 2/3, they're so-called black people, Latinos, Native Americans, and the different bywords that they're called scattered among the nations. 2/3 is talking about the ones here, like in the land of Babylon, but also those rebels who ain't trying to, like, take heed, that's scattered, them as well, man, staying under them bywords. The congregation of the dead, right? The congregation of the dead, they ain't got nothing but love for they are nothing but hate for each other, man. The elect have that mindset, nothing but love for each other, because love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law, brother. If you really love your brother, you're not gonna fuck his woman. If you really love your brother, you're not gonna steal from him. You're not gonna covet his woman because it's his woman or his shit, you know. Not gonna be like eyeing this shit, plotting, you know. If you really love him, you're not gonna bear false witness against him. If you really love him, you're definitely not gonna murder him. You're definitely not gonna murder him. I mean, yeah, man. So like going on down, man. Yeah, and your neighbor, you know, your brother, which you know, which you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna, uh, well, you know, of course, your father, you know, he's your neighbor as well because you know he's Israelite. Your mother as well, you know, she's a Jake especially. She's an Israelite woman. You know how you get what I'm saying, man. The law is how you show love to your neighbor, man. Working no ill to your neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law, but the 2/3 are not gonna follow the laws, man. The 2/3 is not gonna do their best to follow the laws, man. They're gonna do their best. Yeah, man, they're gonna do their best to to be like Esau, man. That's what they're gonna do, man. Do their best to be like Esau. You know, just chase after the things of Esau. Change after the carnal shit, man. Chase after that, including that useless ass blessing, man. You know, the sword, which is like bringing a toy gun to a real gun, man. Bringing a toy gun or a water gun to a real gun, man, or even a pellet gun, shit. I don't know about that. Bring a toy gun to a real gun, man. That's how it's like. That's how it's compared. It could be compared to, man. Of course, you're gonna take that L before the real gun. Bringing the toy gun, thinking that it's better than the real gun. Like you're gonna take a fat L. You know, that's how you 2/3 niggas look like choosing Esau's blessing, Esau's ways, man, his inferior ways. You know, it's like you have a shortcut to you're going somewhere and you find a shortcut, but it's I don't know, I'm like it's superior. That's why it's a superior way, you know. You know, the scriptures show you a superior way. And I guess not a good analogy to use because you know the broad way versus the broad way leaded to destruction, but the narrow way leaded to salvation, man. But basically, you know, yeah, man, you're the type that would choose fast food over real food, or that would choose bought some shit from a convenience store out of the real, like choose that over real food, you know. So you choose not to love your brother because you choose to see yourself as an individual, to see yourself as an individual in competition. Well, it's the curses, but that's how they play out. You know, and you 2/3, you know, stuck on them, gonna be destroyed by them. You know, so you continue, you do the opposite. You because love worketh no ill to his neighbor. You do the opposite. You make sure to do the most ill to your neighbor. That's what you do. You know, thou shalt not commit adultery, you do the opposite. Thou shalt not kill, you do the opposite. Thou shalt not steal, you do the opposite. Thou shalt not bear false witness, you do the opposite. Thou shalt not covet, you mean like you like want that shit. You do anything, get it. You're just eyeing the motherfucker shit, right? Including his woman. You do the opposite. And if thou should be any other commandment is briefly comprehended, it is saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. You know, going into the dietary laws and all that, man. Going into the dietary laws. Because just like that's how you love, you show love like for yourself, right? So you love your see In the same type of way, you're supposed to love your neighbor just like that. You know, love worketh no ill to their neighbor. So just like you follow the dietary laws, to the best of your ability, right? To make sure that you're not make sure that you're to basically make sure that you're straight, and also you're the temple of the Most High. Gotta remember that. But y'all don't even do that. He that is evil to himself, right? Whom shall he be good to? He that is evil to himself, because you're evil. Y'all have been evil to your own because you know. So it's like you're being evil to yourself. He that is evil to himself. You two-thirds. Ecclesiasticus 4 and 5 or Sirach. Khan. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. So he that is evil to himself, man. And yeah, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his own goods. And it's not just talking about your own, which like your own literal self, like individual. You evil to your brother, man. Yeah, you verse 6, there is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. Verse 7, and if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. You two-thirds also, mainly speak of Esau when we bring this out, but you two-thirds follow his ways. Verse 5, and if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he would declare his wickedness. You two-thirds insincere, man. Because that's how Esau is in the year of your father the devil, man. Verse 6, the envious man hath a wicked eye. He turneth away his face, and despiseth men. The envious man hath a wicked eye, a wicked eye, evil eye, right? He turneth away his face and despiseth men, thou shalt have thine eye shall be evil against thy brother. Verse envious of each other. Verse 9, you get the picture. Falling after Esau's way, being carnal. When first off, including seeking after that blessing. When first off, the carnal, to be carnally minded is death. To be carnally minded is death. And what has being carnally minded brought to our people? Romans 8 and 6, For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. There you go. There you go. Be carnally minded, all about the pleasures of the flesh, and which is all temporary. Just like Esau was only thinking about the pleasures of his flesh when he sold the birthright. That's how it played out. Because Esau was only thinking of his flesh, man. Only thinking about the temporary fulfillment of his flesh. Verse 7, because the carnal mind is enmity against power Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of power Yahweh, neither indeed can be, neither indeed can be, neither indeed can be. The law, the laws require, patience, restraint, they're good for you, but they require patience and restraint, which if you're carnally minded, you can't do that shit, man. If you're carnally minded, you can't, you won't be able to follow the laws and statutes of to the best of your ability, because you can't even follow those laws and statutes. You know, and not subject to the laws of power Yahweh. And by the way, if Paul was doing away with the laws, man, then why would that be a negative thing to be carnally minded? Come on now. But let me get let's see, it doesn't make sense. Let me get Hebrews chapter 12. Hebrews 12, talking about Esau, all right? But there's another way of looking at it. Hebrews 12 and 16, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. Just like Esau was a fornicator, which he is the unclean sex, like all the sexual acts is actually forbidden against the scriptures. It's not talking about getting with the chick when you ain't put the ring on it. Not true, it's a myth. It's talking about, it's a myth taught to you by Esau. Matter of fact, twist the scriptures. Oh, profane person, profane meaning outside the church. Profane outside of the temple, man. As Esau, like Esau, lest there be any fornicator, unless, less basically means that be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, so like Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright, because he wanted to fulfill that carnal desire. He despised his birthright, man. You're like, what? Oh, that birthright do me. I'm at the point of start. I'm at the point of dying. He couldn't hold on. Nah, he was ready to get away that birthright. Verse 17, and you Jakes, you sell out niggas. Where? Let's see some. Oh shit. Sell out. Slacker. It's you sell out niggas, man, selling your soul. You selling your soul for a fucking happy meal, like what Kanye West said, man. That what the fuck? That's some Esau shit, man. That's some Esau shit right there. It's like giving up a spiritual blessing for a carnal one, which you can't. You 2/3 the elect is gonna get it first, and you 2/3 is gonna be destroyed and be reborn in your right minds. For you know how that afterward he would have inherited the blessing. It had been set up a different way, right? He was rejected, for he found no place in repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Esau. So there you go. Hold on. So you 2/3 are like Esau. Ye of your father the devil. John 8:44. Ye are John 8:44. KJV. I always use that for. But yeah, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father he will do. It's like for that. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. So ye are your father the devil, you 2/3, man. You 2/3 are of your father the devil. Of your father the devil, man. Shit, you may be an Israelite by blood. You may be an Israelite by blood, but your mind ain't right. Just like Esau's mind ain't right. Because you have taken on the ways of Salakia. You have taken on the ways of Esau Edom. The self-proclaimed so-called white man. So you're likened unto him. Y'all are a bunch of black, Latino, Native American, and speckled devils, man. You 2/3. The lust of your father you will do. Carnal lust, the lust of the flesh, that you want to fulfill, man. The lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning. What are you niggas always trying to do to your brother, man? What are you all always trying to do, man? Always, and you niggas too. I forgot about y'all. What are y'all always trying to do, man? Murder. Always trying to murder. Always trying to fuck over your brother, man. That's why in the cities it's full of you 2/3, man. It's high level that shit. Because you 2/3 are taking on the ways of your father Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man. Showed you all that, taught you how to do it, set up the environment for you to just go at each other and glorified it by using sellouts to push it. And she directly benefits from prison industrial complex. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. There is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. You 2/3, man. You hate the truth, man. You hate the truth. You niggas hate the truth. You hate the truth, you love the lie. And who is the father of lies? This damn devil, the so-called white man. Esau Edom, man, who was the serpent. Who was Cain, all that. He was a murderer from the beginning. And Esau, man. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. When he speaketh a lie, when this devil lies, and he always be doing that, he speaketh of his own, for he's a liar and the father of it. But you niggas is always trying to finesse, like it's always trying to fuck your own brother over, man. Every brother will utterly supplant. He do it in a wicked way, not like Jacob. Every brother will utterly supplant, man. Yeah. Jeremiah 9:4. Take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother, for every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanders. Walk with slanders. What the fuck is that? It's lies. Lies. Lies, man. Who's the father of lies? Esau, but y'all are like his damn children, man. Y'all are like his damn children. Like you was raised by this devil, and you embraced his ways. You embrace the ways of Esau, instead of being like Moses and rejecting his ways of the modern day Pharaoh. You embraced it. You embraced it, and you you embraced it, man. You embraced the fall. You embraced. You embraced it. Y'all turned into a bunch of devils, man. What happened? A bunch of ladies calling Esau. Edomites being sellouts, man. Who's the original sellout? Esau. Esau, the original sellout. The original bandido. Sold his own. Sold his own. Sold his whole nation. Sold his whole nation. Big time sellout, man. Big time sellout, selling his own nation. And this is who y'all want to be. Y'all inspired to. Y'all want to say, the same Edomite is shit. He don't even love himself. He definitely hates you. You're an Israelite. He don't even love himself for his own. But tribes, and 2/3 of y'all, you just refuse to see it. You just refuse to see it because you don't want to be Israelites. You want to be black. Like what y'all want to be black? I'm proud to be black. Like what country? What nation in the Bible is called as a nation of black? Like nah, man. Y'all want to reject your true heritage and be black people, be Latinos. Where's the nation of Latinos in the Bible? Like specifically, where is a nation called Latinos mentioned in the Bible? Man? Specifically, where is it at? Exactly. But y'all want to be, your northern kingdom, you want to be Latino, you want to be natives, natives of America. But your homeland is not America. Migrating, you're getting away from the Syrians. This is not the land you're getting back. This land is being destroyed. The land you're getting back, are people, including God, right? You're getting back. There's the land of Israel. The northern tribes, man, and the southern tribes want to. Still dealing with that shit. These southern tribes You want to go back to a land, not it was pushed into. You had to flee to Africa, right? Or northern tribes, the ones of y'all that are groggy, not actually vote what you think you want. Northern tribes, except for Gad, want they're fighting for the so-called Latin America. And some of y'all, want the U.S. Southwest back, particularly some of y'all Ephraimites, particularly Issachar, right? Which are the so-called Mexicans. And the tribe of Ephraim, you have Ephraimites that want to, want. Huh? One hold on. One independent people Puerto Rico back. And what about our original homeland? Original homeland or no. My brothers tell you that you're Israelites. They're like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. You name so-called Native Americans start gathering this land. America is a land. It's the foul ass land, man. That's gonna be destroyed. You know that? Nah, y'all are Native Israelites. Get it right. But 2/3 of y'all won't, which is why y'all are gonna be destroyed. And yeah, stay protecting your heritage. I don't know if you keep it. I don't know if you shit, you special birds already know, man. That's scattered among these different nations. Very know, man, among Esau. Like you rather 2/3 of y'all be here, rather like feed so that shit. Would rather be an heathen. Would rather be a heathen. Even though these heathens, particularly Esau, would trade places just to be, just to have that power, just to have that power. That power, they would do that. Man. They would do that. Esau's actually trying to snatch it. I'm gonna give that up when what? Let me get this scripture, man. Shit. That battle axe scripture, man. Why would you want to give that up? To be carnal, man. Jeremiah 51:20, KJV. That walk my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. Verse 21, and with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. Verse 22, with thee will I also break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. Verse 23, I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. Verse 24, and I will render unto Babylon and unto all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion. And your sight, say Yahweh, we in Babylon the Great. He's going to render all that evil that was did, James try to talk about reparations, right? We're going to get reparations for the world, man. But you want to trust in the evil. You want to trust Esau to give you reparations. Like, where does that make sense? You want to trust your enemy, Esau, Edom, to give you reparations, give you back for the trauma that he created. Is that really what y'all want to do? Is that what y'all want to do? Y'all want to, y'all really want to trust Esau evil. Said he was going to change. Ben said he was going to change. Ben said all that, right? Go up and down, left and right, front and back, but he was going to change. And he didn't. And that's what he fucking did. He fucking did. You want to trust that devil. You want to trust that devil instead of the Most High How? You would rather trust in Esau. You'd rather trust in Esau than the Most High How. inside, out is the outside. We trust in your fucking head. To fucking like do the right thing. You got to put some wisdom in the Lord. That's like your woman leaving you for a dude that is known to beat the fuck out of his chick, right? Known to beat the fuck out of his chick. Beat the fuck out of Eve like Eve wrong, right? And that wrong purposely leaves you for her first. And she purposely does it. She purposely does it. She purposely does it. And when you try to get her, and then she cries out, and then you try to get her out of that situation. When you try to get her out of that situation, instead of coming back, she's like, just stop, just stop. To that man, just stop, you can stay with me. Stop, and I'll stay with you. Right? And no matter like what your intention was to get out of that situation, she was always like that, just because she just because you were saying carnality. Always playing forward. Always playing forward. Always play the whore. And you play the whore, there's some consequences for it. And then, believe living with yourself. You don't want to be your childhood. Just like the female don't, right? And then you continue doing what you're doing, despite the fact that the reason why you're going through what you're going through is because you keep doing that. You still don't listen. How much time, man? How many nations, how many captivities have our people been through? So many, man. This ain't our first one, even though it's the first captivity. How many tribes? How many captivities have our people been through? So many, man. So many. That it's like, come on, nobody out that, with the dealers, why you're in captivity. It's because you keep going off, you keep playing the war. That's how you're out. That's why. It's because you keep playing the war. That's how you're out. That's because of that. Of course, man. 2/3 even get it. It's just if this is not together, not together, you can't get it. There. You can't get it. You can't get it. So you can't get right, so you have to take it out. can't get right, so you're gonna stay in Egypt. You get left in Egypt. You're melted. Can't get right, can't get straight. Get scared. Well, you get scared straight and get right for a little bit. me get that scripture. Ah, fuck. Isaiah 1 and 5. Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faints. Verse 6. From the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither multiplied with ointment. No soundness. No, from the sole of the foot even into the head, no soundness. From Judah all the way down to Issachar, man. No soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up. Both the man and the woman, man, except for the 1/3. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment, because Jacob swallowed Eve, Verse 7. country is desolate, your cities are burned with fire, your land strangers devour in your presence, and it is desolate, it is overthrown by strangers, you know. Back then it applied to who was living in the land, man. Our cities was burned with fire, our land strangers devoured it in our presence, and like it was the curses was starting to hit more and more. And it is desolate as overthrown by strangers. Yeah, but nowadays, you know, where do you tribes living? The majority, you know, in the hood and shit, man. You know, so you land here, it is desolate, man. And strangers do devour it in your presence, man. Whatever you have, whatever, man. Even if you actually have some land, you know, it's really not yours because you gotta pay that property tax. Also, you probably paid like heavy in debt because of it. And also, you know, so Esau's taking advantage, man. And it is desolate, it's overthrown by strangers. And also, you know, land itself was occupied by Esau and Ishmael mainly. And you got some Hamites. Very few Jakes, even though that is the land in Israel. You know, verse 8, and the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in the garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city, Just like, you know, your 2/3 are going to be like a besieged city again. You know, 70 AD all over again. Verse 9, except Yahweh of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant. We should have been in Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. Yahweh Shai says what? You know, the city, let me get it. You know about you 2/3. Even though majority of them is heathens, and you know they're gonna die. You know, well they're gonna go into slavery and shit. You know, but you have the also you know Lot and his children that was there. You know, and Lot was a righteous man. But let me give Matthew 10:15. Verily I say unto you, it shall be. Oh, let me go back. It shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom than Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city, man. But what city? You know, because nukes are gonna hit these are gonna hit you know these Babylonian cities where you're at. You know, verse 14, whosoever shall not believe, shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when you depart out of the house of city, shake off the dust of your feet. You know, and then verse 15, verily it shall unto you, I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment for that day, meaning the people, you know, back here today. It'll be better, more tolerable for them. Then the two thirds. Hold on. Get this right. Matthew 11. Yeah. Matthew 11, verse 20. Then began he to upbraid the cities where most of his mighty works were done because they repented not. Verse 21. Woe unto thee, Chorazin! Woe unto thee, Bethsaida! Probably some along the lines, right? I already know what it is. For it, something like definitely no ease in the Hebrew, but you know what it is. And probably something like Sada, I don't know. Probably something different. Just, alright, yeah, just FYI. For the mighty works which were done, if the mighty works which were done in you had been done in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. Verse 22, but I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon than in the day of judgment than for you. Verse 23, and thou, Capernaum, which are exalted unto heaven, shall be brought down to hell. For the mighty works which had been done in thee have been done in Sodom, it will have remained unto this day. You two thirds. When them nukes hit, man. Matthew 12, 41, 44, 41 actually. The man of Nineveh shall stand up, shall rise up in judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it, because they repented at the preaching of Jonas, and behold, greater than Jonas is here. Verse 42, the queen himself shall rise up in the judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it, for she came from the uttermost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and behold, greater than Solomon is here. So you have that, when you 2/3, get destroyed. Luke said. Yeah, they deserved it. After all, look what they did. Even though you heathens ain't gonna get off scot-free. And it was, Northern Kingdom that was repentant when Jonas went over there, of course, right? But Jonas was Jonah, by the way. But hold on. You got your 2/3. You through. 2/3 are through. And y'all wanna be heathens so bad. Y'all gonna be destroyed with the heathens on this side. Shit. Alright, so with that, I hope this live, I think that's it. That I hope this live was edifying. With that, I hope this live was edifying. I want to give all praise to, I'm just gonna rip this shit off. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Citations to the Akim out there spreading this truth like wildfire in all truth and in all sincerity. And shalom to the real, and shalom to the rest of the elect. I hope this live was edifying for y'all. The elect, it's gonna get right. Those of y'all that they ain't heard of this yet, ain't heard this truth, and you're just hearing it. You're gonna wake up. If this truth clicks with you, you're like that. You're the elect. Like for real. If it clicks with you, and actually, let me say this: if you endure into the end, because many are called, but few are chosen, right? If you're endured to the end, it shows that you were chosen. Yeah, I hope this live was edifying. I hope this live was edifying. You devils is through. Babylon is through. Heathens is through. Shalom, stay strong. Abba. Shalom, stay strong. Yashrala forever and Abba Babal. Shalom.